Going on, everybody? It's John from Pistons Territory, back at you with another draft prospect preview, or whatever you want to call it. Today I want to take a look at a player I've been interested in for a while, and that is Taylor Hendricks out of UCF. Forward, he's essentially a power forward. Did play a lot of center for UCF in his freshman season. Now, I think the Pistons, obviously their number one choice is Brandon Miller, but if that doesn't happen and they fall to, let's say, pick 4 or 5, then they're going to have to get creative. I've thought about maybe them trading back. And this is a guy who I think Taylor Hendricks is probably going to go top 10. So if the Pistons were to trade back to, let's say, 7, 8, 9, this could be a player they'd be interested in. But yeah, just some of his stats for his freshman year. 35 minutes per game, 48% from the field, 39 from 3, 78 from the line, 7 rebounds, 2 blocks, averaged 15 points a game. So I watched some tape, watched some highlights on Taylor Hendricks. The one thing I really took away from him is his three-point shooting is a lot better than I thought it was. Now, his shot it doesn't look the greatest, I'll be honest, but it is going in, like I said, 39% from 3. So I don't know how much I trust his shooting. I think his shot maybe needs a little more like mechanical work, maybe a couple more adjustments. But at the end of the day, the results have been there. He's shooting 39% from 3. The other thing I really saw from him was his defensive ability. Really, really athletic. Obviously 6'9", averaged 2 blocks a game in college, is able to protect the rim really, really well, and is athletic enough to switch on to guard. So I think that's going to be his calling card in the NBA, is be a really, really solid defender, and obviously the Pistons can need that. I think Taylor Hendricks is honestly a guy that most NBA teams would want and need. Like, he really fits on any team because he's just going to come in there, he's going to defend, he's going to rebound, and he's going to hit his threes, hopefully. I'm still a little skeptical on his shooting just because if you guys look at his shot, it really doesn't look the greatest. Like I said, the results have been there. But yeah, defense, I think, is going to be his calling card for whatever team he's drafted to. And yeah, I think he would be a really, really good fit next to Jalen Duren, obviously with his ability to stretch the floor and helping the Pistons become that defensive powerhouse they would like to be, I'm sure. And so, yeah, that's really my big takeaway from him. And if you want to get into some negatives about his game, there's a reason you really haven't heard his name in the top 5. And I think the big reason is just his strength. He's only 210 pounds. He's really struggled to finish at the rim. He obviously is not the strongest guy, so he's going to have trouble finishing through contact. Kind of what we saw with Cade Cunningham his first year. Obviously, Cade needed to put on a lot of weight, get stronger. That's what you see a lot with Taylor Hendricks. He really struggles to finish at the rim. So you're going to have to believe that he's going to put on weight, that he's going to get stronger and become a better finisher around the rim. And then the other problem you have with him is he just really isn't a ball handler, really isn't a playmaker, isn't a guy that's going to be able to create his own offense. Now, maybe you could believe that he will, but so far in college, he was a guy that really struggled with the ball in his hands. He was really just the prototypical like stretch 4. And so, if you're expecting him to come in and create his own offense for your team, I don't really think that's what he's going to be. And yeah, so those would be kind of my concerns with him, is his finishing ability, his strength, and his playmaking ability off the dribble. Not a guy that's going to create his own offense and create much offense for other players. But yeah, I think Taylor Hendricks is a relatively safe pick in the draft. I think he's going to come in. I think he'll be a solid defender. I think he'll be a good enough three-point shooter. I don't think he has the highest ceiling, just because I think he's going to either have to get stronger, develop like some sort of post game maybe, or just become a much better finisher on the rim, or he's just going to become a much better player with the ball in his hands. And I don't really foresee that happening. So I think he's a solid starter in this league. Not that, for the Pistons, as tough of a season as we had, I don't think he's like the guy we all want. But if the Pistons were to fall in the draft, I think he'd be a really, really good complementary piece for Cade Cunningham and Jaden Ivey and Jalen Duren. So if the Pistons fall in the draft, I think Taylor Hendricks is a guy that we should look at and keep an eye out for. And who knows, with Troy Weaver, maybe he acquires another first-round pick or something. You never know with Troy. But yeah, Taylor Hendricks, I think, is an interesting prospect. I think he's going to be an impact player in the NBA. And, yeah, let me know what you guys' thoughts are on him. Let me know if there's any other prospects you want me to take a look at. And I'll see you guys in the next one.